Alright, good morning guys. So for today's busted out, I've been thinking about doing this for the last while. Oh, what happened here? But I want to use border punches and things like that to make like a slimline card. So like I said, using the things you have to make them a little more contemporary or something, you know. The point of busted out is that you have something similar, or you might even have these in your stash from a long time ago. But if I have any links for any of these items, and then the links that are always just in my description box, they are affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you were to purchase items to those links. I think it's a good luck finding any of these things that are very old. So I pulled out some different things, and what's so sad is that I have in my garage, I still have like a craft space in there too, because it's not just what's in my craft room, like by a long shot, by a long mile. And out there I have a lot of those tubs that you find like at Michael's that have like the Iris or whatever brand it is, that have like the big pieces, like cases that you can remove. And I had 1.5 that were just full of punches, and I've sold a bunch, destashed a bunch, and then, you know, yeah, so I just sell basically for the weight of the box, because I put them in a priority box plus a few dollars. And then I started realizing, oh, these are collector's items, but okay, I don't, whatever. I had them for so long and someone can use them. That's just how I look at stuff. But I do keep some of the ones that I think maybe I'll use, or, you know, like, I don't know if you see here, these are exactly the same. So this one I've always had in here with me, because I used to make flowers from these. You guys remember that back in the day? You just use circles or scallop circles, and you wet them and you scrunch them and you put a little center in them, and then you make a flower. And so that's probably why I have that. So I go out to the garage because I'm like, okay, I need like a border punch. I wanted one that makes its own ribbon piece, you know. I was going to kind of play with it. We'll see what happens. I don't even know. So I went and grabbed some, and it turned out that I had like this punch that makes a border that makes little butterflies. I was wanting to use something like this, where this thing makes its own border. You know what I'm saying? It makes a whole piece of like ribbon. I have some that are still wrapped, like this one that I never even used. Obviously I bought it, took it out of the packaging, but never used it. But this is also a butterfly. This one makes kind of like a ribbon too. So this might be fun to use. That's kind of small. And then while I was looking for that, then I saw this Martha Stewart one that makes a whole butterfly. I do have the one that she used to make that it houses like little stamps, and then the die, this thing cuts out those stamps, and there's like 3 different designs of stamp. Really cute. But I'm not going to use that one today. But this one's a little bit fancy compared to these guys. This is a little more juvenile, I think, but we'll see what happens. And then, so when I was looking for the punches that I have here in my craft room, the ones I use kind of often, you know, I use like the actual flower punch that I like to scrunch, and then there's a cloud punch that has a large and small one, Fiskars. When I was looking for these other things, these were in the tubs too, and I'm like, oh, that's right, these go to that scalloped circle, and it says to try with circle squeeze punches. So obviously some of these you can cut out in circles. This is an old Fiskars set. Some cut out with the scallops, a smaller scallop. So that's why I was kind of bummed out. I only have this one size. I'm like, there's no way I only have this one size. I feel like I bought at least a smaller one for this, but I can't find it. So I wonder if I destashed it. Oh well. Boo-hoo, right? So that's why it's very hard to destash, because then later I'm like, I know I have that. And then you have these little pieces that you can stamp in there or cut out or whatever. So to help me out with that, I don't even have a circle hand punch, which is weird. I'm like, this is not right. I have this one from Hobby Lobby that I've had for a long time too. And I looked at this, I'm like, oh, that's going to be too tiny, but it's just an image of what it is. It's 1.5 inch circle, so that's actually pretty good if I want to layer some of these up, as you can see. So I'm like, all right, perfect. So I'm going to use that too. And I always have this sitting here because I use it for like mini albums, to make like a little, or if you make a pocket, you know, you can use that to make the little space for you to pull your ribbon. This is the hardest part for me, is always making this look nice and not just like a bunch of paper that's just one, you know, what's the word? Like layered up cardstock, you know? So it's hard for me to pick out what other colors I can incorporate or papers to make it look nicer. So I'm going to try slimline this. I am going to see if we can do like a little topper with it, and then, you know, add some of the butterflies or something for the decoration part. So let me grab some paper, and hopefully this will work out for us. So I'll be right back. See, I've already made some selections here. The printed paper I'm going to use came from this Lucky Charm stack. I've had it for a very long time, from American Crafts. I think I got that Tuesday morning. Well, maybe Hobby Lobby, but it was well before the pandemic, so it's at least a year old, if not older than that. And okay, let me clear some of this stuff out. I need my scoring board. Come on. Okay, so my card base is going to be the cream color. I've been into cream color a lot recently, and this is just heavyweight cardstock from Hobby Lobby, the cream color one that they have. I don't know if it's a special name, but I think it's just called cream. You can also order online from Hobby Lobby. You don't have to go into the store if you don't want to. So 8.5 by 7. So again, standard A2 size paper, just cut at 7 inches here. So we're going to score it at 3.5. That's my preference of Slimline. So the card is 3.5 by 8.5. Whatever your preference is, do that. I know some people like them a little bit wider, not really taller because the height is already set by something else. Ooh, I scored that really poorly. Let's do that again. Hold on. 3.5. Where did this go? Maybe I cut it poorly. There we go. That thing was way off at the bottom. Yeah, I've noticed like the Anna Griffin ones are a little bit fatter. I did sign up for her auto ship yesterday on HSN, which sold out for her concentric Slimline, and I wonder if it's for like the fatter size. It didn't look as big as what she normally does, so hopefully it's not. So as you can see, this is pretty far off. I use my guillotine, and that's what happens. All right, well, let's just leave that alone. And so we can do math and we can figure out like how you want to mat this so that it's punched all around, right? I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to punch the top and the bottom. But all you have to do is really look at your punch and see how deep, no, not this one, but how deep does it cut? I know these punches usually take 1/4 inch off the edge. Pretty much any edge punch does about 1/4 inch. It'll remove it, like this whole piece. So you might want to keep that in mind when you're doing your calculations. This repeat actually would be really cute. I think it would work out really well. Because look how big it is. It's only like, let's see. So anyway, these are the kind of things that you would plan. You would look at it, you can measure it, you can actually cut it and then measure that, but it looks like it's exactly 2 inches. And I usually like to mat like 3.25 by 8.25. So you have to kind of do the math and see if you can get a perfect repeat without it looking funny that you cut it into the edges and then the other side. Of course, Martha Stewart punches come with corner. Well, they don't come with them. Well, sometimes you can buy the corners separately, or they came as a kit. So it'd be the straight plus the corner to help you out. But anyway, maybe that's a tutorial for another day. So this paper, I did cut it 8.5, so it's all the way across. But I cut it at 3.25 in. I might, yeah, that's fine. I was thinking maybe I want it to be a little bit smaller, but it'll be fine. So I think I did, 3.25. So all you do with punches, especially this kind, you start in the center. If you start at one edge, it's going to be perfect, and then by the time you get to the other end, it's going to be cut off somewhere funky. So always start in the center. It just is less noticeable, And I'm going to put this down and give it a punch. And I have my little guys. So you can see all of this is going to be removed. This one might even be a little more than 1/4 inch. And then either way you go, if you want to go this way, or you're going to have to go both ways anyway, you take it and you line it up with what it's showing you here. And that's that. And invariably, you're going to be off a little bit. It always happens. Okay, so there's that one. Ooh, that's pretty good. And then the last one, again, we're going to line up that big butterfly plus the other little dudes around there. And punch. You know what? I'm actually impressed with how nice this works. It's very soft. See how that left a little chad right there? That's because I was a little bit off, So that's what happens, but that's okay. All right, and on the other side, we do the same thing. And then you have all these little butterflies. Oh my gosh, you guys. That you can put in a shaker. How cute is that? I'm going to keep those. I usually just say that, then maybe I'll toss them anyway, but I'm going to keep those little guys. I was thinking about paper piecing back into this, which is also a cute thing to do, but I'm not going to do that today. So when you're pushing, you see how I kind of push my paper too far? Just put it right on there and try to keep it straight. That's it. Because this is when it starts getting a little bit wonky, because this paper's been cut into, so now you have much less of that sturdiness. What was that? That was scary. Hopefully it's something in my garage that fell, because I was in the garage kind of moving things around right now. Okay, so let's put that there. I'm going to go see what this noise was about, since it's very early and my kids are asleep. I'm going to do this last punch. See? Oh, that's so scary. There. I was completely off. Oh, I would have punched it really crooked. Okay, straighten that out. Is the paper in there? Yeah. Okay. And then that's it, because that last piece got cut off. So I'll do the same thing for the other side. Let me remove these little bits, because I do want to keep these butterflies. There's going to be tons of them. How cute. Okay. On the other side again, start in the middle. You know, I'm just eyeballing it. It's not like anyone's going to say, hey, this looks like it's a little bit off. And then same thing. Line it up, punch, 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 line it up, punch, punch, punch. Okay, I'll be back. Just finish that one. Actually, that worked out really well, because I came over here and I started second guessing myself. I'm like, no, I did the sizing on purpose, that, you know, I wanted it, because I know it takes quite a bit off each edge, so that looks pretty good. So the next thing I want for our card is this little guy that I've never used. This is totally off topic, but yesterday I was watching whatever on Twitter or TV, I can't remember, but it said something about Dolly Parton getting her vaccine, so I went to check that out. She's so cute. So funny. If you haven't seen it, you might want to find her on Twitter there and check out her little video. But people have been joking about Jolene sound like vaccine, like that song. You know, it's been happening, but she sang her own little song about Jolene, but replacing it with vaccine. It was funny. And it's in my head now, of course. That's why I kept waking up thinking of it. I don't know. It's a brain worm for sure. Okay. Where's that gold paper I had? Here it is. So this is just a piece of gold paper I used yesterday, I think, for Anna Griffin thing. So this one, like I said, cuts a hole, like a ribbon strip, you know what I'm saying? It'll cut it out. And so what I'm going to do is same thing. Just, I haven't used this punch ever, obviously you've seen, but it doesn't matter. Again, I start in the center. Well, this one you can start on the edge. It actually doesn't matter. But I'm just used to starting in the center. So yeah, that's what I thought. I had a feeling this one was going to be much tighter because the paper sticker. Ooh, I don't even know if this is going to work, actually. Hopefully it does. Why I'm saying that is because I just pushed the thing so it'll pop back open. It's a little rough, you know what I'm saying? I was wondering if it's going to damage the gold paper, but nope. So, same thing. Oh, look at those butterflies. I'm keeping lots of stuff today. Look at these. How cute are those? All right. Well, I'll put those over here. Oh, I shouldn't keep them in the same pile, though. Okay. Again, same thing. Just move it over to one side, line it up. Right. This is a little bit harder to see because, like, to me that looks crooked, but where's the butterfly buns? There they are. That should work. Oh my gosh. There we go. Turn it over. I'm going to push. All I'm trying to do is push this guy. Oh. Like these pieces that come in. Oh, come on. There we go. It should just pop open, just so you know, but these are giving me some troubles today. All right, and same thing. I'll just keep going to the left, punching, and then line it up on the other side and punch, 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 and I'll be right back. The last one is always so satisfying, as the kids say nowadays when they watch those weird videos. It just shears it right off. So when you open it up, you have your little strip, and everything else is gone. I know even my kids, oh, that's so satisfying when they're playing with, like, slime. I'm like, okay. Anyway, so we'll put this here, and then we're going to use this, like, down the middle. Aww. And we could have cut this paper down, you know, I didn't have to do the whole strip, obviously, but I just figured why not. And actually, I would probably cut it like there, so that this guy's almost complete, and this is almost complete. Alright, and then... Okay, so the other thing I was thinking about doing is punching out some of these little guys. Let me think of what the topper is going to look like, what I'm going to use for that, for this, for the stamping, and then I'll see what I want to do about butterflies. So I'll be right back. Okay, I love when the process just takes you wherever. So what I'm going to do is, I got this piece of paper from the same paper pad, which hurt my heart because it's a 12 by 12 ombre paper, but I thought the pink was cute. And I was just going to cut out the circle, but then I thought, wait, we should use one of these decorative ones. So this one makes like a little tag, which is cute, but let's do this one. We're going to cover most of it up anyway, but I think just to give it something pretty on the outside here. So let's try this. These are really old acrylic stamps. Oh my gosh. I bought these in Georgia. I feel like I remember being in the Georgia, the Albany Joann's. If not, I might have got it in Fresno. It's either Fresno or Georgia, but I'm pretty sure I got it in Georgia. That's at least, 7 years ago now. Oh my gosh. And then I'm gonna use the gold pigment. I was gonna stamp it in brown, but I thought, you know what, let's make it a little bit more substantial. So I'm gonna do this gold pigment. This color box, but I think this is an Anna Griffin, yeah. Got it on clearance a while back from HSN. And I hope that's gonna be enough. This kind of stuff is hard to work with, so all I'm going to do is seal it with clear embossing powder. If you want to use clear Versamark ink and then use gold or however. What I like about having clear embossing powder with pigment inks is that you only need the clear embossing powder, then the color comes through, no problem. Hope that's enough. We'll see. Ooh. Okay. This is going to be a pain to clean up, just so you know. That's kind of why I stay away from that stuff. Oh, let me get my... I have this sitting here waiting because I'm going to do the APG for Spellbinders today too. I'm not sure if I'll have time to do it this morning or whenever I drop off Miranda. Oh, where's my clear? Ay, ay, ay. Frosted crystal. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I was just going to use my clear one. I have... But for some reason, it's sticky powder I have here. Where is my clear one? There we go. This might have been cool, though. Frosted crystal. Alright. And then I always use the same coffee filter. And, the other day I realized I did a video and I used this and I don't think I mentioned anything about it. So people were like, what? Because I didn't pour it back in. So I use the coffee filter to help me catch this stuff. But then also to pour it back into the bottle. So this is just clear embossing powder. And you can see how that just sticks on there. And look, how come whenever I do a diamond press video and I go to stamp and then I go to use my embossing powder, it sticks everywhere? Like, look how perfect this is. You know why? Because the pressure's on and that's just what happens. Like yesterday I was watching HSN, obviously Craft Day, and Anna, again, she always has little oopsies, She went to show how easy, the Cricut cuts, the Cricut Maker, and it cuts everything. And she literally had just like a piece of lightweight paper. Oopsie, see? Here, I go dropping things. And she couldn't get off the mat. It was stuck to the mat. And then she's like, well, this paper has been on here for a couple days, so it's very hard to remove. But, I'm not going to do that because I don't want to tear it. So then she moved on and showed something else. But I'm like, why would you... Knowing paper really sticks to mats when you leave them on there for so long, why would you do that? But, it happens. So, yeah. I mean, this is... burns my buttons. All right, then you take your heat tool and you just hit it and leave it there until it starts becoming more crystal and then move on. You don't want to stay too long in one spot. Ooh, you see that? How it's changing? All right, I'm going to move away from there. Changing, move away from there. Okay. Getting a little hot. Hold on, let me move my hand. And that's it. So pretty much I'm going to cover all of this up with the next stamp, but I don't know. I always kind of leave this stuff to chill. If you want to throw on some more, you could do it when it's still hot and it'll make it even thicker. But I'm going to go ahead and stamp it. Usually I leave this stuff alone, or cut it, should I say. Oop, see, I'm not even close enough to do it. Let's try it from a different... If not, I'm going to cut down my paper, obviously. So with things like this, normally you just cut it off a piece of paper and it doesn't matter where you're cutting. But for this one, we have to actually line it up. So I am going to trim off a piece of the paper. But not too much, because I don't know how much edge I need. How about there? Oh, yeah, I think that's good. And we can kind of eyeball what we're going to punch. And what's cool about this, too, with these kind of punches is... I'm eyeballing this. I want to make sure it's about the right. And as you come in closer, you don't have to... I'm giving it a little bit of squeeze, and that'll hold my paper, and I can see exactly where it's going to cut. And if I'm not happy, I can still kind of adjust it. Hope that makes sense. And then now I'm going to give it the full squeeze. Aww. This is why I don't get rid of my punches, or at least try not to. How cute is that? Okay. So, if I'm going to have a sentiment, and I just did all that fancy gold... too bad, I guess, because I'm going to do something like this. We have best wishes today and always. I don't know if I can cut that with this thing. Oh, I can. But see, this is why I wish I still had the scallop, the smaller one. What is up with... I know I have it. I have it somewhere. We're just going to do a circle, and we're going to use this, and I'm just going to stamp it in brown ink. on cream colored paper if I can find the rest of the cream colored paper. Oh my gosh, these are so annoying. They're so stuck together still. Or now. Because again, they're old, just like that paper that was stuck to the carrier sheet. Let's see here. I'm always using that beige paper. Like, this is probably not a whole piece that I would want to cut into, but oh well, I guess I'm going to. And hopefully this will stamp well. The reason I'm saying that is because this is a very old acrylic stamp. And it feels toothy though, so that's good. Fire Brown, where you at? I always try to use, I don't know why, Fire Brown is like my favorite, one of my favorite colors. See how I'm saying they're kind of drying out on me? And some people say to go ahead and store them this way, and that's fine. You can store your stamps upside down, or your inks upside down. What's cool about the Close to My Heart, especially their new inks before I stopped selling it, is that when you close it, it swivels and it is upside down. Just the way you put it away, it's already upside down, which is nice. But let's try this out. So you saw how many times I had to dab it just to get that brown, so. Oh, not bad. It's not the best looking thing in the world, but not bad. You can kind of see the wording there. Okay. And let's see if we can get this punched out. Ooh, yes. All right. So again, I'm eyeballing that just to try to get it as centered as I can. So it's a bummer it's only a circle, but this is what I got, guys. Again, that's the point. See, I was gonna say it covers up pretty much most of it, but not bad. Still cute that we have that under there. Let me clean up, I'll be right back. So I went to wash my stamps, and the one that I used for the sentiment came off the acrylic block and fell into my dishes. Of course, I have a pile of dishes to do, so I'm like, okay, I have to remember that that's there so I don't do anything bad. So my paper was just shy of 8.5. Ugh, I'm telling you. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and stick that down. And this is all I'm doing. You know, you want to distress, you want to do other fun things like that, go for it. I am just... Oh, you know what? This actually has words. Well, I guess they're in any old random way, but I think... I like that on the top, though. Whatever. It's fine. The paper had words on it there. See how this... Now it's the right way, and then this is up on the right way. This is kind of like sideways, but it's not sideways enough that... I'm just going to do this. And then I'm just going to put this on here. Like I said, I think I'm going to do it this way. I'll trim the edges off in a minute. You can even use the edge if you only want to trim one side. Oh, you know what? I guess we can do that. Yeah, it'll be more symmetrical that way. All right, so let's, oh Lord have mercy. I'm going to go through this whole thing, adding a little glue here and there. It's thick enough that I don't have to put the glue on the back of my hand and dab, 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 but it's going to take a second. Alright, I think is that it? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to let that set up for a little bit before we keep going with it, but... I'll be right back before I turn this off. I don't want it to move too much, so I'll be back. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for that, I can glue this. Now, you can also pop dot this just so that people can see underneath there, but, you know, whatever you want to do. I am going to put dimensional behind this pink piece. It'll be like this, best wishes today and always. Okay, I'll be right, we're ready. So this side, I'm just gonna cut that off. And it's almost the same as this side, so that's pretty cool. I have this little piece. Look at that. That's what I'm telling you, that you can do the math where it's gonna work out, you know, with these punches. But anyway, so there's that. So this is probably like 3.5-inch pieces or so. Does that make sense? I don't know. All right, I'm gonna pop this in here, and I am gonna use 3D glue gel, but I should probably use something more sturdy because I'm gonna come in with those butterflies like I wanted to, so we'll see what happens. But a little bit of 3D glue gel here and there. And what I mean more sturdy is that I can push down on it, because if I end up putting a butterfly, you know, who knows. And I'm putting that right in the center, because that's just how I feel about it today. Best wishes, I guess, should be this way. You know, it doesn't really matter. It's, yeah. Best wishes, 10 always. There we go. Let me grab some paper. I should have thought about this already for these butterflies, and I'll be right back. Might be weird, but we'll see. If we don't like it, we'll pick other colors. I don't know why I want to use like a blue and like this green. I thought that would be pretty. So I used this the other day for some stamping. Let's put this in here. All the way back, because I don't really know where this is going to punch from. What just happened? Oh, that is weird. I was like, oh no, it's just pieces that it came out of the top. That's a pretty butterfly. You know, like I said, the other ones look a little more juvenile, but that's not bad. Let's do this green one. That was funny. I was like, do I need to have a different punch? But it left it up on top instead of punching it through the bottom like the other punches. I guess the other ones do the same thing, now that I think about it. Okay. Is this weird? I don't know. And maybe I didn't distress anything else, so I don't want to distress these guys either, but I was thinking, okay, maybe if I put some color on them. You know, I like their butterfly wings to be kind of doing something. Best wishes. This is interesting. I don't know what to do with these. Hold on. No, that's not what my husband would do, put them symmetrical. No. All right, let's see here. Yeah, sure, why not? That's good. That looks good. All right, let's put a little something behind here. And then maybe this one. I don't know. I'm like a green butterfly. I just like the color with this color palette that I'm using here. If there is a color palette here. Let me think. What I can do with these is play for a little bit, so that's what's nice. Oh, goodness. Miranda's already calling me, and it's only like not even 6 yet. Okay, I think that's it. A little different, a little something, bring it a little more contemporary, hopefully. Hopefully you guys like that. And you know, just an idea of just using all your different border punches and things. So I'll have some pictures for you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you just for sticking around and being awesome. It was so fun to speak with you guys. I know in the live chat, a lot of you guys missed it, and I'm sorry, and I'll try to do it more often. It's just that, obviously, with everything going on, I didn't really have the... Not the time. I had the time. It's just to tell everybody, hey, shh, I'm gonna go do this live. You know, it just didn't work out. But thank you guys so much for all your well wishes and being so awesome. And I hope this was fun for you guys. I'll see pictures. It sounds like Miranda fell back to sleep. So I was like, oh, what if I add more butterflies? My thing was to add the pink and then more another blue and another green. But I think this will take it up, and I think that really finishes off the card. I think that's cute. Oh, yeah. More butterflies. That's all we needed, guys. There we go. All right, I'll take more pictures. I was taking pictures of just the 2 on here, but I think this is the way to go. All right, I'll have more pictures of with the 2 and then with 4. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you at the next one. Bye now.